Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Day After podcast with the series finale of our sub-show Pixar Sunday, where we've spent the last 6 months watching and reviewing every Pixar film in chronological order, with some shorts sprinkled in there for a good measure. I'm here with Haley.
Hello!
And it's the sad to see it go portion where we're going to rank these.
Call 6 months. We started this 6 months ago.
Back in May, I was exhausted. I said, Haley, I want to watch Toy Story. Please.
Like, all right. And we'd been discussing doing something like this for a while.
Yeah.
We didn't know with what, if it was going to be a director or whatever, but yeah.
We do have to get absolutely started because this is a massive list.
Indeed.
I'll just break down our highly scientific ranking list. This ranking list is 50% composited of my wife's ideas, 50% my own thoughts, and in the event of a tie only, we've surveyed 8 random users from our Pixar's monthly Pixar ranking list.
Oh, okay.
And
wow, they do that every month? Come on, guys.
Specifically the March 2020 release, so they probably do it after Onward came out.
Okay.
All right. Sitting right at the bottom at number 22 is Cars 2, which came out in the year 2011. No surprises here?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it was halfway through our Pixar, smack in the middle, and you have to ask yourself, okay, think about anything positive this might have had.
When the studio itself tries to pretend this movie doesn't exist, it's not a good sign. When you see the politics behind it, how much of this wasn't really Cars 2's fault?
Yeah.
It had to succeed.
It had to succeed, and therefore we threw it into a blender and patted it nice and flat, and why is it a spy thriller? Go watch our podcast. Every other review
we put it in a blender and spat it out and made a really bland-tasting rice cake.
Fantastic. We'll go ahead and get our hottest take on this list out of the way. At number 21 is Incredibles 2, directed by Brad Bird.
It's such a shame when the first one was so good to see this.
They had to have done a Duke Nukem eventually where they said, okay, this can never live up to the hype you've set for yourself.
Right.
It's fat. We tried to add pieces of things we thought we knew you wanted. Violet, all right. Elastigirl, all right. Dad and Dash.
Who's Dash?
Oh, who is Dash?
She just completely fades into the cream-colored couch.
Edna Mode got more attention than you did.
Yeah.
And you both got slightly more attention than the worst villain in Pixar history. Yeah, sorry everybody, it's not our cup of tea. We seem to agree with the bottom list more than the top of the list quite a bit more. Number 20 is Finding Dory, released in 2017, I want to say.
Yeah, and all the worried of cash-grabby sequels, this is Pixar's most cash-grabby sequel.
But I was there for the cash-grabbiness. I was there when the storm began, and I don't mean to be hoity-toity. What I mean is, a cash grab camouflages itself with 500,000 Pixar likes and comments that go, I loved Nemo. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, this is for moms who are bored on a Saturday.
But think about this and ask yourself, what do you remember from Dory? I remember them being on a bucket.
Remember Tiny Dory?
I just remember Hank drinking coffee in every scene, and these otters that stop the road.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, a funny, silly thing, but otters don't hug on the road. At number 19, we have Toy Story 4, which came out in 2019 and had the benefit of jostling a little bit in position. Very late game for us.
If the movie was Gabby alone, it'd be in the top 10 easily.
Interesting.
But it's not.
It's that bogged down by Tony Hale's Forky.
Well, no, there's more to that movie than Forky as we were discussing
Forky
earlier.
and Bo and Buzz, and you want to be able to point fingers and say Key and Peele was the worst part of that movie.
But it's not.
It is not.
No. Yeah, but it has too many problems, but it's not irredeemable garbage, which is why it's where it is. Not that the others are irredeemable garbage, but there is some good going on here, but it's most of the movie, like 90% of the movie, is not doing it any favors.
No, it's not. At number 18, we have a massive hot take again. Monsters Incorporated at number 18. 19 each for us, but the Pixar people put that at third.
Yeah, people love this movie, and I don't get it. There's so many people I talk to that say, like, this is one of their favorite Pixar things ever, and I don't get it. It's not very good. It's not fun to watch.
Does it have a permanent place in nostalgia for some people that, I don't mean to be like, oh, your nostalgia is wrong.
I used to think that it was because more people had more patience for Boo than I do, but you don't like it either for other reasons.
For other reasons, it's before they knew that Pixar had an absolutely incredible writing team.
Mm-hmm.
and there were just script punch-ups involving Randall and Mike Wazowski that really throw the character into question.
It's not terrible, but there's so many people who call this one of Pixar's greatest, and for us, it's just not.
Well, yeah, it's one of those that was filmed, that was conceived at that same luncheon in 1994. Thank God for that door action scene. That is one of the better action scenes in early Pixar history. And I just wish that more of it was less muggy to the camera. Like, Roz doesn't do it for me. The whole sock brigade that comes down didn't do it for me.
Yeah, as I said earlier, all the scenes with Boo, I don't find her entertaining.
Water Noose was all right. I mean, but that's giving him praise in a world where a lot of the twist villains are.
Yeah.
All right. At number 17, we have Cars 3, which came out in 2018. At 16 for my wife and 17 for me.
This is another classic case where when you shove too much in a movie, it hurts it overall.
I disagree. I've seen some of the stuffier movies, Incredibles and Dory, and
there's a lot of plot lines going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in there with the technology and the old timers and the coaching and the retirement. You needed to just pick one and roll with it. I feel like that would have been made the movie a lot better. I feel like there was some good potential here, and it was trying to do too many things.
And the worst thing that it can commit is to remind me that I didn't have to watch Cars 2 to know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Sorry. At number 16, we have a surprise favorite, A Bug's Life, the second Pixar film. I'm very impressed with this thing and how it came up from the top near the end. Also, there is a giant gap between A Bug's Life and then the rest of the list.
It's not something that I hated, and I don't really have a desire to watch it again. It's an easy to understand message. It's an easy to understand world. I'm never into let's follow little things around. Isn't it crazy when grass is big?
At number 15, we have Cars, a John Lasseter passion project, and it shows.
It kind of does the Cars 3 thing where there's a lot going on. Like, it's an ode to Americana. It's also about racing, and it's about an asshole redeeming himself. But it knows where to spend its time. It's a little weird that they're cars, but when you suspend your disbelief, you get over that pretty quickly.
They feel like they gelled together in a cohesive way that took more than 8 script passes.
Yeah.
In 14th place, we have the lowest placing film out of a 3-film tie. The Good Dinosaur received very little marketing when it came out, right before Finding Dory, and it suffered for that.
It's almost like Pixar didn't have any faith in this movie. They just like, we have to shit out a movie every year. It's decent.
It's really decent. I mean, I can praise the animation all I want, and I will continue to do that, but it's airy and has allowed lots and lots of room to breathe.
Yeah, it doesn't have the stuffiness problem that so many of these other movies have.
Even the weirdest characters don't overstay their welcome. There are very few weird characters in this movie.
You know, it's this nice, simple, easy to swallow story, and sometimes that's all you need.
At number 7 globally, we have Finding Nemo, which was a hit when it came out and is still a hit today.
Yeah, this is another one where people are just absolutely insanely gaga over this movie, and this time I actually get it. There's a good movie here. I honestly, I think my biggest issue with this one is I've seen it too much.
I'm just shocked how absurdly well it is held up.
Mm-hmm.
It's inoffensive. It's fairly cute. I wanted a couple more emotional beats. That's okay. It looks astounding.
Yeah.
And water was one of those things that we had to learn how to animate because that was a crutch. It's easier to animate jellyfish than a toy flying through the sky, you know?
Right, and it's so cool. Like, you see this with video games, too. When something moves in water, you get so much a different range of motion than you do on land. It's held up very well. Do I think it's the greatest thing on Earth? No. I know some people who do.
That's fine. I totally get it.
Yeah.
We are firmly in the I totally get it crowd.
Yeah.
And topping out the first half of this list, number 12 is Inside Out, another fan favorite globally that I enjoyed a little bit more than my wife did. We found a weird, like, middle-of-the-road crowd of Pixar movies that we won't spoil for you. Was praised quite a bit for insane levels of emotional intelligence.
I'm sad it doesn't do more with that, and I don't like this epic journey through Riley's consciousness. I want more of Riley. I want more of her interacting with her emotions and the emotions interacting with each other. And instead it tried to turn it into this, like, odyssey. Right.
And I think that high concept like this needs something grounded, like a here to there.
And again, I can't fault this movie because it wasn't what I wanted to be. This is another where I see more potential in this movie than it was giving me. But people love this movie, and I totally get it.
And I am one of those people, but I can see where Haley and I differ quite a bit. At number 11, we have the second most controversial list in our household. This is 2013's Brave.
Yes, our first epic battle.
Directed by Brendan Chapman and Mark Andrews.
I really, really wish this movie was better.
My wife was set up to like this. She's a huge fan of Celtic lore and Celtic mythology, and it is a warm, toasty, let me please singe your crust just a little bit movie. It's so warm and inviting.
There's really, really good things going on here. Again, I love the setting. I love the ideas. I maintain that it would have been a much, much better short, which is a real shame because what is there is really, really good. And I like the mythology that they add, that story about Mordu. Definitely did need its own short, but I like that. I would have liked more of that. But the mother-daughter segments are good. Segments involving the men are not. And I do think it's really interesting that Pixar is trying a princess movie. I really like it. I really, really wish this movie was better.
Yeah. Breaking into the top 10, we have my definition of a middle-of-the-road Pixar film. Up was released in 2009 or 10.
It's a movie that shouldn't have worked, and it does.
In what way shouldn't it have worked?
It's a kid's movie about old people.
Yeah, oh, well, that's something we're going to touch on, is that Pixar loves to do movies about adults for kids.
Yes. The bird and the dogs and the old guy in the plane. I wanted more of Carl and the kid.
The dogs bother me. Muntz is fine. The bird is fine. Russell is fine. There's some weirdly hidden emotional beats that come out of nowhere and smack you right upside the head.
Yeah, and I hate that cliche of, oh, you mean you like the first 10 minutes of Up? I'm like, no, Up is a whole movie, actually.
I wish that it was good enough that I could smack you above the face verbally about that.
Yeah.
At number 9, we have the most controversial movie on this entire list. I gave WALL-E 6th place. My wife put it in the bottom half.
Mm-hmm.
Wife?
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't like WALL-E.
Does it go beyond, I'm not a sci-fi person?
Yes. There's a lot of people who complain about this movie that's too preachy. I would not call this movie preachy. It's constantly trying to remind me of things that I'm already aware of, like environmentalism or...
Well, I feel like I have to be this movie's cheerleader because this topped the ranking at our Pixar. Absolutely number 1. But that's, guys, it's cute.
Sometimes.
The robot acting, fantastic.
Sometimes.
But the parts of the humans that drag, they're not really in it that much.
Yeah, but they're still in it.
Okay, well, oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, you're the one who came out guns blazing attacking me. I didn't ask you to defend your low-ranking and brave.
It's so... The textures are so good. It's got live action shit. They don't treat the fat people like assholes.
You're just naming facts now. You're not defending the movie.
It's cute, damn it. It's fucking...
It's cute. It needs to be more about robots.
It has a story... 40 minutes of robots, and then we incorporate that, and it becomes a robot escape story. Okay, I'm never gonna get you on my side about this. Okay.
Again, I don't understand why I was attacked.
I don't mean to attack you. I just don't want somebody to go in. Why is WALL-E 9 if you guys are dumping on it?
No, I'm not dumping on it.
Good job.
It's a fine movie.
Highly controversial. I'm shocked it cracked the top 10. But here we go. At number 8, we have Ratatouille, a cute-ass Brad Bird vehicle starring Patton Oswalt.
I really like this movie. And then I sit down and watch it, and I'm just like, and maybe I overhype it in my brain or something.
Well, you cracked top 5, and I understand. I really want to like this. That Anton Ego speech is supposed to make it the best Pixar movie, but Who Owns the Restaurant is not really in line with the theming of this movie.
Right, yeah, and this movie does have problems. I don't know, I really enjoy watching it.
And the shiny aesthetic of all the copper pans and the warmth of this is really good. I remember getting mad and yelling at you at how cute this movie was at the end. No, it's not allowed to be cute. Yeah,
it's kind of not a diamond on the rough, but it constantly surprises you, and that's not always a good thing.
At number 7 is the OG, the original Toy Story, which I am a little upset dropped to 7th here. I gave it my bronze medal.
What? Okay, again with the attacking. What is going on here?
I'm not attacking you. I just want to know what... Is it because you just found 8 movies better than Toy Story?
Yes.
Because that's how a list works.
That's number 1. I think you get nostalgia blindness with this movie.
Maybe.
I think it holds up, but I sit and look at it, and I don't enjoy it near as much as I did when I was a kid. Number 1, I think the other Toy Stories are better. As John said, there are 8 movies I like more than Toy Story.
At number 6, we have Monsters University, which flipped my world upside down when I was in college, and I believe that this movie has enough to sustain itself without that environmental cues.
This is my bronze medal. Again, I like a movie about college that isn't like every other college movie, and I love this idea of effort versus talent, and that's not often explored very well. To do this with such a major concept of our time as college.
I did drop it 1 or 2 spots because some of the in-between stuff can feel a little flabby, otherwise very well-rounded. You do get to actually re-humanize these non-human characters compared to the script punching up of the 2001 original. At number 5, we have Onward, a movie I know I'm susceptible to recency bias here. I know I am.
Yeah, it's so nice to see a movie that I can, again, explain in a sentence.
They made me care about fantasy, guys. What the fuck?
Onward, why is it only 5? I really wrestled with this movie more than anything else, and I think, honestly, I need to see it more to appreciate everything that's going on in it.
That says quite a bit. I mean, a dad story, a really cool color palette.
A fun gimmick without it ruining the movie.
And just balls to the walls action scenes that are really damn good and have a really solid aesthetic. Onward tied with our 4th place film, Toy Story 3, which came out in 1999, clinching victory from the jaws of defeat. It was originally going to be an absolute to DVD sequel to the film, and when the studio said, hey, we want to make, this looks really good, can we make it into a theatrical release? And they said, oh shit, wait, no, we believe in this. Can we rewrite some stuff?
It's a little fat in some places, but you can tell the absolute drive and passion that was behind this movie. This was a movie made for Toy Story fans by Toy Story fans.
Prospector Pete, top tier twist villain.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things going on here. It's nice to see Woody get some roundedness when he was just kind of flat in the original Toy Story.
He does get rounded much better than he is in the first movie because he's a plot device in the first movie, which is okay. Right. But here he's much better rounded. We get a lot of lore that actually makes sense and is interesting and good.
Yeah.
No ties from here on out. Bronze medal goes to 2010's Toy Story 3, directed by Lee Unkrich, who we'll talk about in a minute. Toy Story 3 is out of this world.
It is amazing.
It is emotionally charged. It is an action vehicle. Weirdly, for a movie about toys.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier with Toy Story 2 that this is a movie, you can see the drive and passion. Completely exponentially square that with this movie. There's so much passion and so much effort and so much drive behind this movie. I'm sorry it got stuck in development hell, but I'm honestly kind of glad it did.
The only movie helped by development hell.
Yeah, because that means it got the time that it deserved. And again, you can absolutely tell that this is a movie made for the fans. I can't imagine watching Toy Story 3 as like a 5-year-old. For our generation, when you've grown up with it and to see it like this, it's so good. Not to mention, it is just a good movie on its own. As with the second one, it does have problems. It's a little fat in some places.
I can get over it. It's damn
good.
Oh my god, I cried. And the award for most obvious silver medal goes to Brad Bird's The Incredibles. My silver medal, anywhere in the top 10, I'd be okay with this.
I'm not going to say Pixar hit its peak here, but I was the appropriate age when Incredibles came out. And I feel like this is the first time I really, really feel like these guys know 100% what they're doing. This was made before the Marvel Cinematic Universe was even thought of.
They fused what a superhero movie should be to my consciousness, and that is insane. The emotional moments with these really out of this world action scenes, portrayed by just the most bargain bin superpowers: elasticity, super speed, super strength. You don't need those fancy powers. You just need these people that care about each other and want to fight the guy from My Name is Earl.
They pull this out of their hat.
This has retro coming out the ears, and it's amazing and stylish and good. And I'm really exhausted. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it's really good.
9th place everywhere else. 1st place in this household. Lee Unkrich came back and did the last Pixar movie before he retired, and that's the only one he needed. Coco came out in 2017.
It has a similar thing with Monsters University in that not only is it a completely stellar, amazing movie, it has something to say. And holy shit, does it say it in just the most poignant and beautiful way.
I could cream my pants in 10 different ways. This movie is one of the tightest scripts I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Narratively, it flows beat to beat to beat to beat. Music, fantastic. Set design, fantastic. I cried and I earned it twice.
Yes. Yeah, this movie makes you cry multiple times. How do you marry your own desires with need of family that we all have?
We use this emotionally charged holiday. We use that to explore on this magical world, but it's still grounded in our respect for our elders and people in our old family. We have an entire podcast. Guys, this has been the 26th and final episode of Pixar Sunday. An entire 6 months.
26 movies, or 22 movies, 26 episodes.
Yes, I'm really excited that we did this.
Yeah,
we have a secret we can't tell you about, but that'll be in 7 weeks when we start another series. Right now, we need the holidays off to just put some whatever episodes up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I encourage you beyond anything to actually go watch these again.
Yeah, right, and feel free to, disagree with us. That's what lists are for.
I want to know where I effed up, because I know I made a mistake in here. Leave a comment. I don't care.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go into the comments just to get pissed off about my ranking of WALL-E, you can do that too. And that's your right as an internet person.
It's okay. You please do. I mean, don't call my wife bad names.
Yes, attack my wife.
Don't call my wife bad names. But wow, thank you to everybody for so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for something else.